Well, welcome back. The ladies are on the court, and Morgan, the first thing we got to talk about is the new partnerships here. Jessie Irvin and Catherine Parenteau no longer playing together.
It's different, best laid plans may fail, who knows. However, they have both picked up some wonderful partners, and it's going to be exciting to see how well these new partnerships gel together. If you look at the outfits for Parenteau and Jansen, spot on.
Spot on in the
already winning that
AC/DC inspired back in black, so all good there. Yeah, so a change.
Yep.
Both are in the semis, meaning Jessie and Catherine with different partners. The wind is swirling now, so that's going to be a factor. The waters are coming off a championship and playing very well. We've talked about Leigh Waters has made a change in paddle, and that's proved to be very effective for her.
Yeah,
so
she has certainly been playing some very, very good pickleball of late.
So we've got a winner moving on to championship Sunday. Anna Leigh Waters also has 2 tickets punched in singles and mixed like Ben does. Can she get a third chance? Don Stanley calls us in. Anna Leigh Waters serving. Let's play pickleball.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
So playing in the wind, it so often comes down to who can set their feet the latest. Who can keep mobile and really adjust right up until the last moment. I always liken it to grass court tennis. You don't get to plant too early. Oh,
nice finish
beautiful
by Parenteau. So Parenteau, I would guess, is going to play the left all day, but we'll see.
0-1-1. Second serve.
Jansen has already booked a spot in a final tomorrow, so she's going to be excited to have a crack at Anna Leigh Waters.
Unbelievable.
Parenteau also playing tomorrow alongside Riley Newman.
So we got Newman with 2, Parenteau with 2. A lot of opportunities for those players.
Yeah, Leigh Waters wants to join the party, I think. She'd love to have a good look at tomorrow.
Imagine she'd like to watch twice and play once.
It's got a nice ring to it.
1-0-2.
And again, the wind blowing across the court, left to right. And I believe is here to stay. So
I did see a small child floating away.
They were attached to their parents. Don't worry, all's good.
No, it's fine. Good leave. Good leave.
So again, Don Stanley, our head referee, is supported by Sarah Smith as our second. Appreciate all the referees.
0-1-2.
And a lot of pressure on Leigh Jansen when there's a partner switch.
Yeah, she is the X factor right here. We'll see what difference she makes.
1-0-1.
And made quite a difference there on Leigh Waters. Had a good crack at a ball there.
1-0-2.
Nice spin.
Very nice. Yeah, I mean, this is really it's an opportunity for
0-1-1.
Jansen to lift her game. She's been knocking on the door for quite a long time now. But getting the nod from someone like Catherine Parenteau, this is a career-changing moment for her, as it is for Anna Bright.
Who will have a chance later, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you need someone alongside you that's going to really give you a great chance to find Championship Sunday, and that's where you really prove your mettle, and your game can really jump up leaps and bounds under that kind of pressure. Nice well.
So there's nice complimentary pickleball, as I surmised. Catherine Parenteau will be playing the left, and Leigh just has to settle in and find how does she and all of her gifts make this team work.
Yeah, I mean, she's a very, very accomplished singles player. We'll see her tomorrow in the championship, which tells you that the drive to serve, the volleys obviously are going to be on point.
Yeah, I think the difference in this partnership is Catherine and Jessie are two that can be the alpha on the court. In this arrangement, there's no doubt that Catherine will be a more aggressive player and not just concede some of the time. And you saw it right there.
Yeah, indeed. And it really can solve some communication problems.
Yes.
And we're certainly going to blame the wind on that one.
Wind aided, and we'll move on. The wind is going to not have to send a postcard, but maybe it should.
Yeah, you can see it in the background there. The trees really moving. Hopefully we won't lose any of them.
Oh,
that's great work.
Leigh Waters had an incredible point brewing on the defense and then switched over to a tough ball to attack after all that D.
2-2-1.
Oh my.
Gets
a gift. And they'll take it.
3-2-1.
All right, that is a good eye, certainly.
So Jansen is going to slide and protect. You want to find her right shoulder, but if you don't find it perfectly, then it's wide. That's what happened there.
Second serve.
Tough one.
And we will probably see the third percentage drop here with the wind whipping. It's just hard to gauge that, especially as you switch sides.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the team that plays conservative enough and hopes that the wind is really going to affect the fourth ball as well.
So an impressive start here for Parenteau and Jansen, up 5-2. We'll be right back after this.
Come in. 5-2-2.
Good timeout. We talk a lot about this, and it's true. The Waters never take timeouts home if there's a spot to use them.
For sure. Yeah, usually no more than 2, at most 3 points of a slide, and they will call it, usually to great effect.
Just wide.
She was trusting that the wind was going to bring that one back in. It's going from left to right on the screen.
2-5-2.
And with the way it's whipping, not a bad idea, but didn't get the benefit there.
That was a yell of go.
There was a yell of go, and inside her mind, mother, but didn't happen.
5-2-1.
There's the slide by Jansen, keeps her in the point.
Oh, Parenteau looked to try to stop it with her shoe. as we mentioned earlier.
Yeah, which will absolutely stop the game-tying goal in hockey, but
Trying to force a pedicure.
not in play here as much.
Oh.
Not out.
So the smiles and energy and camaraderie from Parenteau is great. High-fiving after every point.
Yeah.
Really
nice.
trying to drive the bus here.
It's going to be great for Jansen. Yeah, she needs a good positive influence by her side to get the best out of her, I think.
Yeah, had a pretty solid run with Colin Johns yesterday, finishing 5th. And Leigh Waters tried something down the middle, and again, if you know your role is alpha, Parenteau's going to be there all day.
Jansen cramped up. She was certainly in a rush to get there.
Yeah, and if you watch the best players, especially Ben, Catherine's not usually in a hurry either. Just we'll get to the kitchen when we're darn well ready.
Yeah. The last thing you ever want to do is sacrifice your balance just to get to a line. Wow.
The floor is lava.
Oh! Amazing stuff. Full swings from everybody, because why not?
Because that's what we want to watch.
Yeah, the women know what people want.
Exactly. Come on, guys.
Yeah, the guys don't really care. We're just going to do whatever we want. Oh.
Leigh Jansen,
Big play.
ladies and gentlemen.
Very nice. Could we be seeing Leigh 2.0?
Well, it's just a matter of, again, knowing your role and knowing the way we're going to play. And it's we're going to cover the middle aggressively and get beat on the outside shoulder, and that's working.
That's on you. That's team.
No, not on not on an unstacking of and a short return. I do not accept that postcard.
Fair enough.
I will happily admit.
Oh, Waters electing to try to blunt force trauma her way out of trouble there.
Because now finding the range on the drop is going to be a little more difficult with the wind. Where is a ball that bounces off my paddle? And we have played a lot of pickleball with just 8 points on the scoreboard.
5-3-2.
Beautiful point by these ladies. Everyone playing so well.
Leigh Waters, beautiful in defense, getting that ball just wide enough to force a tricky shot from Jansen. Found the net. Good lead.
So there's the ball moving in the wind. Because Anna Leigh loves to just step in and powder that, but it's not. It jammed her up a little bit and then couldn't extend the arms.
And the wind is fighting that direction for sure, so she's going to lose some pace. The Waters, they know well to leave those balls.
Yes. Yep.
4-5-2.
Leigh Waters ready for the cross-court attack from Leigh, and 5 apiece.
5-5-2.
timeout comes from the other side, so the Waters have fought back. The wind is swirling. The play is excellent. The firefights are on point, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. 6-5, the Waters up one after the timeout, and a little side switch here as Parenteau stays. You saw the wind take that ball and push it deep, and they're going to stick with Parenteau on the right. Some indecision between mother-daughter there.
Yeah, it happens.
You hear about that intuition. It was on pause there.
Sometimes when your daughter's a teenager, minds can change, hormones and whatnot.
Yeah. You see Jansen and Parenteau just playing at an insanely fast-paced sprint to the line to serve even after their own missed third.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a pace that the Waters kind of like. They typically play pretty quickly, so if you're thinking of it as a tactic to try to take your opponents out of their element in some way, well, it might be the opposite that could work here.
Oh.
A little bit of love from the net.
SNS there. Sorry, not sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I was curious where you're going with that.
Yes, that's where I'm going.
Okay, good man, good man.
Too good from Leigh.
Nice
Jansen.
work. Yeah, she's got a big two-handed backhand, loves to use it.
A nice job on the first ball with that forehand, just out in front, solid punch, get ahead.
Okay, so it looks like it wasn't just for a return of serve that they were looking at Parenteau on the right. You know, this really is a feeling out stage for them in their partnership. You know, trying to figure out, similar to Matt Wright and Riley Newman. They started off one way, and now they're mixing it up. And that one catching the chicken wing of Leigh Jansen. So, Leigh Waters serving to Catherine Parenteau.
And there's the shot you need to beat the slider. So as Leigh slides right, she's setting backhand. Her right shoulder is in play, but the margins are so thin, and Anna Leigh was able to find it.
Yeah, I mean, when you're at the top of the game, you might be the only ones that feel somewhat comfortable working with those tiny margins. If no one else thinks it's a possibility, then you have the advantage.
Yep. Wow, look at that ball move a foot to the right. Just
long.
deep.
Oh.
And she took something off of it, too.
Yeah,
Morgan.
a little bit. We talked about it last time in Austin, where there was some tough conditions as well. And we saw routinely the girls were finding the middle of the paddle so much more often.
Oh.
And I'll take responsibility for that one. But relative to the men,
No doubt.
luckily the men kind of finished a lot of their games today before the wind really kicked up. As I get a mouthful of sand.
Yeah, so this is going to be a battle the rest of the day, folks. Oh, a double bouncer. Go. Oh, my. Okay.
Yeah.
So, got on the trampoline off the net about 4 times there. Love the family in the neighborhood with the trampoline.
Everyone does. That family and the family with the biggest pool.
Absolutely.
Best families ever.
And if mom... Okay.
Little trouble in paradise.
Yep. And boy, and there's Paddle Tech paddles all over the ground here. And we're tied at 8. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back, everybody. After a complete miscommunication in the middle of the court on a ball that's floating, we're at 8-8-1. The Waters have used both timeouts. The wind is swirling.
Oh.
Just a little late to go get it there.
Yep.
And the wind also makes you not trust what you see. There's the slide. So there's the slide. Do you want to attack me? My body is moving, and game point is on Parenteau's
This
paddle.
is big. This is big.
Big
Water's
serve.
staying back.
Yeah, big serve. She couldn't get in.
Oh,
my.
That could haunt them.
Because you get such an advantage from the perfect serve. Second chance at game one.
And it is out. From this angle, it appeared to be a couple of inches long.
Yes, that ball is clearly deep.
So that's a massive, massive win
So,
for Parenteau.
they're ahead.
and Jansen.
They give up the lead, they get it back, and they finish. So I like this team personally with Catherine on the left. I know they switched out of it a little bit, but we'll be right back with game two. Waters have to dig out of a game one hole.
Okay, so we are back. A somewhat of an upset with game one. Parenteau and Jansen taking it 11-8. A lot of wind around, causing some issues. And I think what they really did well was crashing after a decent third ball.
Yes.
Causing the attention to come off the ball of the Waters and to come onto that crashing player. When the wind is up like it is right now, that can cause tough contacts.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see as the day progresses. Certainly in Austin there was similar wind. Is there a good side again? In Austin, playing into the wind was where you wanted to be. We'll see what happens here.
So now it's really just sideways.
Yep.
Oh, and one of the monitors has just blown over. But
we caught it, or you caught it. We didn't. I didn't do a thing.
Well, you watched brilliantly.
I watched, yeah. It's like, oh no, Morgan's going to get hit by a monitor.
Yeah. As Dave Fleming able to commentate on monitor retrieval and
the ball. The ball, yes, and the ball retrieval. So we're back here. Again, Don Stanley and Sarah Smith, our referees. Oh, and just over corrects the slide. Good defense by the Waters there, but Jansen's finding that right side roll.
Oh, that caught some hair, I thought.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well,
there is a ponytail, and obviously if it grazes your hair is part of your body. That's the other team's point. Wind got the ponytail out of the way.
Yeah, it's been
a couple
30
years since
30 years or so since I've had hair of any length, and I'm only 39, so that's a little depressing. But I don't remember being able to feel the tips of my hair either. So
yeah, I am blessed by Russ and Homer Fleming, who had great heads of hair, my father and grandfather, so appreciate that.
Homer, you've got a granddad named Homer? That's awesome.
Homer.
Wow.
Homer, R.I.P. of course, Homer, but yes, Homer was Homer Fleming well before there was a Homer Simpson.
That's awesome. Shout out to Ulysses.
And there's another one of those balls where Leigh sees something and then the ball moves it and still attacks, and it's not in a great place once she pulls the trigger.
Yeah, very tricky. All four players doing their best to play in these conditions. And Anna Leigh fading back, rightly a little cautious when she sees that big two-handed backhand from Leigh Jansen about to attack.
Okay.
Nice work there. Good energy. You can see her really bouncing around. Mobility plays such a role in these conditions especially, but at any level of pickleball.
As you said before, you just can't afford to set your feet early or the ball will move on you, and then you're lunging, and bad things happen when you lunge.
For sure.
Oh, my goodness.
Beautiful
Leigh
play at
Jansen.
Jansen.
Look at this. Okay, Jansen is the call from Morgan.
Beautiful play, Leigh. I've got a mouthful of dust right now. I'm trying not to cough.
Okay. We all have to play through it.
Excuse me.
Jansen with the two-hander.
Okay,
I'm done.
All right,
I'm
thanks,
done.
Ray.
I'm done. All right, they get the ball back, tied at 1. But great anticipation, and again, finding your roles as a team, and there's a wind ball that ate up Catherine Parenteau.
Ultimately, it's that much easier to learn one role on the court than 2, right?
For sure.
The flip side is your opponents always know how to target you. So
if you think your best is better in that situation, no reason to think. They did switch out a little bit in game 2, but went back to this.
Yeah, and we talked about it. Still a feeling out process for the partnership. Oh. This is a big point for Jansen. Oh, that's unfortunate.
After all that, did leave one up, but what we haven't seen in this match is a big come on from Leigh Waters, a Waters-esque 4-point run of just laser beams everywhere. Just kudos to Jansen and Parenteau for not letting that happen.
Yeah, I think they generally need to really be finding that flow. Oh, just long. And right now it's difficult for any team to find a flow. The energy, though, is on the side of Leigh Jansen and Catherine Parenteau. However, the Waters are tried and true champions. So I'd be a little surprised if this doesn't go 3.
That's a great ball. Oh my.
Beautiful scramble.
Filthy two-handed cross-court dink by Leigh there. They set up an opportunity.
So Parenteau serving to Waters, obviously. Tough one. She needed to slide a little earlier or just play a single-handed backhand block volley.
Nice job by the Waters of turning defense into offense, something they are experts at.
Excuse
me. And their D is underrated.
For sure.
Here's a nice finish by Leigh, but you usually get a huge come on after something like that, so the volume is down.
Yeah, and there's usually a bit of a correlation between volume and level. One can equal the other.
It can. So 3 apiece. Now the water's playing at warp speed as well.
Yeah, I think they want to get in before the tornadoes.
So you see Jansen and Parenteau have switched sides.
And Leigh, visibly frustrated there.
Little discussion about do we want to switch it or not? Answer is yes.
It's a rare backhand dink error from Parenteau. Levels the scores. Oh, actually, sorry, gives them the lead. Catches the net and then the tip of the paddle.
Okay, so it's Catherine and Leigh who have tried a side switch. Now they're going to try a timeout. So we'll be right back. Waters have forged in front here in game 2. All right, everybody, welcome back. Dave Fleming here with Morgan Evans, and the Waters have come back, and they're up 5-3 here in game 2. And again, it's a battle of will now with, okay, where's the ball going to be? How do I play the ball that I want? And then how can we just keep ourselves as a team sharp? And there's a little volume out of Anna Leigh.
Finally. Could that be something that sparks the fire that really gets them going?
And the wind takes that, as we've mentioned, across the screen. The wind is blowing left to right, gusting, and not likely to abate for the rest of the day. Try a bait in your Wordle someday.
Oh, okay. All right, I'll give it a go. I've been starting most of them with Thurl or Radio.
Oh, radio's a good one.
Adieu, apparently, is
fun.
pretty good.
Lot of vowels.
Oh, a lot of vowels.
A lot of vowels. All right, 6-3 the Waters. No damage done there whatsoever. Just clears the net on the 5th.
Oh, that was certainly advertised, unfortunately.
Yeah, that was going to... The fact that hit the net only prolonged the end of that point.
And Leigh was moving towards that one during the timeout, I think. Oh.
And you can see Anna Leigh has a beautiful read on where to put the third in the wind, because she's throwing it like right at the tape and letting the wind move at the rest. Again, replay the lets here on the PPA. See if they make Leigh.
Yeah, in terms of the power game with this kind of wind, it really suits the players that have massive amounts of rotational force just with the upper body, because you can't always guarantee that both feet are going to be well planted.
Sure.
They might be moving still when the contact point arrives, which means the amount of leverage you can possibly get is difficult. So if your hands are lively, if your forearms are strong, then you might still be able to get necessary power.
Great counter of the counter by Leigh Waters there, and they are rolling.
Yep, on a good-looking run here, only a few points away.
Beautiful pickup by Leigh Waters. And Anna Leigh finishes it, and it is game point.
Yeah, this looks like the Waters we've come to know and trust.
Oh, and that stays in. They're even in a hurry to tap paddles, Morgan. So just a wild change of events there. The waters get the wind dialed in. We said, where's the run? We said, or you said very clearly, I expect a game 3.
Yep.
We're going to get one. We'll have game 3 for you right after this.
All right, game 3, folks. Even better.
What's up, everybody? Dave Fleming and Morgan Evans back. We got a beautiful game 3 coming up here, and we will switch sides at 6, which with this wind situation is a factor. Again, it's a crosswind, though, so it's not at their backs. Oof. And she'd retreated a bit on some earlier dinks in that and was able to get it, but with the wind, it's going to make any of those types of footwork you're going to have to be even a little more crisp.
Yeah, that ball got lower than she thought,
and
unable to add any kind of topspin. Almost sliced that two-hander.
Yeah, it was a healthy swing, but couldn't get the left hand on top of it at all. Okay.
Right,
So we'll see if, in game 1 when they made the comeback to take it, Catherine Parenteau was a force offensively. Can she find that range? And Leigh did a nice job of setting her up by sliding and opening up that court, and Catherine finishing in the middle. Can they get that complimentary pickleball going here?
And that's a big play. And they needed that, certainly. If they can feel enough mojo early, get a good lead, and hopefully get that switch at 6 points, then who knows? This could be anybody's game.
Oh, off the tape. Look at this cat.
The defense of the waters.
Great take by Jansen there when Parenteau was deep.
Parenteau like a world-class ballerina in the air there.
Yes. I've called her balletic many times, and that is, just a beautiful game. Beautiful athlete to watch.
A team of black swans, perhaps?
Okay, so a nice little jump here to start for Catherine and Leigh. What do the waters have to offer? See Hannah Leigh lurking in the middle.
Yeah, that is ominous.
Oof.
Her two-handed middle backhand is the monster that lives under the bread.
Oh, it is. Just doing a little landscaping over there in the left corner of your screen. We appreciate all that. You don't get extra points for that, though.
Really? Oh,
no.
Well, they've changed the rule.
No? Yeah, they did. It used to be, I think, in '84, you got a half a point. Jansen gets that way behind her, but kept it safe. Beautiful job by Waters of putting the ball in the middle. Jansen sliding and then forcing Parenteau all the way across the court.
Yeah, when two people are in motion, it's a little bit easier to catch one of them.
And the lead is gone. We're tied at 3. Again, feet were set too early.
I mean, if you look at some of the underrated things that make the Waters so good, it's how reliable they typically are on their third shot drops. They really maximize their opportunities to get up to the line. They're obviously incredibly good when they're up there with their dinking, their power play, but they don't waste too many opportunities getting up. That's a ball she'd love to get back. Not too many reasons why that one had to go in the net.
Couple misses. I mean, the wind moves the ball maybe a little bit there, but that was an important point for the psyche of Jansen and Parenteau.
Yeah, good poke. I do love it when she uses just that one hand. She's obviously got a fantastic two-handed backhand, but when full stretch is required and she just takes one off and flicks it, it can be very surprising.
Yep, they're going to keep making Leigh hit the thirds.
Yeah, it's a smart play.
And there's the big move set up by the Leigh Waters drop.
Yeah, I could see in that moment as Anna-Leigh was moving over to poach, Leigh Jansen was also sliding to her right, and that opened up a lot of space in the middle. Oh, unfortunate. I'm not sure we're going to take too long before we see another timeout.
We're at 5, so that's that tricky area. Do you take one or do you not? All right, they're going to switch it up here. There's zero chance Catherine's running all the way across the court. Just catches the line. And instead of making a call, just said, "Did you see it?" Okay, so no disguise here.
Nope.
No disguise. We're putting Catherine on the right side of the court here. Oh, a lefty on the line.
Okay.
Just complete mess there. It almost got out of it. And the Waters have recovered. So they're up at the turn. We thought Parenteau and Jansen would be there, but they were up 3-1. Now it's 6-4. What are you thinking about here as you switch when you've had a lead? Now it's gone. Still pretty close. How do I get to the finish line?
In this kind of condition, I'm looking at how we can maximize percentages on serve. Obviously, minimize your risks when you're returning serve. But I'm seeing Jansen taking big cuts at the ball from tough locations, planting her feet quite early and having awkward contacts, unable to get some of these drives in great locations or even over the net. I'd love to see her just dropping the ball reliably cross-court, letting Parenteau push forward, just get up there, cause some at least vision disruption for the Waters. Force them to take their eye off the moving ball, with the swirling ball in this wind, and perhaps force some tricky contacts because of it.
So here we go. 6-4 on the switch.
Oh. A little bit of luck can go a long way. We'll find out now if it does.
Much needed for Jansen and Parenteau, and they decide Jansen on the left is how they're going to forge a comeback, or at least a start of a comeback.
Okay. Yeah, nothing wrong with these thirds. Perfect. So they settled things down, dropped to third. It wasn't great. The fifth was pretty good, but again, they forced them to play that extra ball, and I think in these conditions, just stay alive a little longer. Wait. Oh. Oh. Good deep serve.
Yep.
That's just a little too high. Too easy. But 1 point.
So that's the question is, do they feel like Jansen can hold up in cross-court dinks with Leigh Waters, who will happily keep throwing it in front of her daughter all day and make Jansen deal with it?
Yeah, there's now a substantial amount of pressure on the Jansen backhand dink. Oh, beautiful play, beautiful play.
What a job by Jansen and Parenteau to fend that off. Great defense by the Waters, just couldn't get the ball consistently down.
Yeah, impressive play, and it's great to see her finding her best stuff. All right, well, that was a loose forehand, and I think people can so often lean on drives in the wind thinking that's going to be the easier of the two options, but we can see time and time again, when you're accelerating a paddle at serious speed and the ball isn't quite where you think it's going to be, unfortunately, a slightly open paddle and that ball is 10 feet long.
Yeah, and it helps us understand how well the fences are reinforced. So, you just can't step into a ball like you can either indoors or in a 2-mile-an-hour wind. So that's the difference. So here we go. Get the ball back after that forehand we just talked about. So can they settle in? Are they happy with Catherine on the right? Are they?
I really think if they can just lift those third shot percentages, they don't have to be perfect. They're likely not going to be perfect unless the wind forces it upon it. But they're going to be able to make them play another ball, and if they apply pressure with the person not playing the third, crashing in, doing some damage, then who knows?
Oh, the fifth gets a roll.
Oh, they did so well. They looked like they had the upper hand, but we've seen it time and time again. Waters turning defense into offense at a blink of an eye.
Most underrated part of their game.
Oh, she read it, moved well.
Tried to slide it so the forehand was ready and just was a little late. So, who do you want Anna Leigh to be in front of is the question.
Tough one, fading away, trying to drop that ball back in. Oh, just wide. Yeah. That's a fantastic ball from Anna Leigh to draw that ball back so well.
And that's with the wind blowing across in her roll. That is a tough recipe for whoever they put on the left side of the court.
High level. Parenteau was ready and waiting. That's a big play from her, giving them the ball back. A chance to close the gap.
Okay. Catherine back to the left side.
Wow. And that's a huge moment for the new team.
Will this propel them forward? 6-8.
Oh, that was an out ball.
For sure. because that was one of those that slides on the
Yeah.
paddle when you try and hit
Yeah.
down and you catch it at the bottom of the face of the paddle. It's going to fly. Jansen couldn't avoid it.
Tough one. They got one, so better than none.
Indeed. So can the Waters creep forward? They're within 3 of a date with Championship Sunday.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
And paddles are down and a timeout is called. So here's where we're at. Waters within 2 of going to Championship Sunday. If they finish this off, Morgan, we talk about triple doubles in basketball. Tomorrow we'll have the chance for double triples. Ben and Anna Leigh will have a chance at triple crowns, as they will have made it into men's, in this case women's, mixed together and the separate singles. So double triple potential if they can finish this off, but a lot of work to do still.
Yeah, potentially history in the making. I have to look up if and when Simone and Ben might have done that. I have a feeling that could have certainly happened.
Feels like it could have. I don't have the...
I have to check. Melissa McCurley, if you're listening, if you could just let us know, that'd be great. Knowing her, I'll get a text in about 12 seconds confirming that.
So here we go. Timeout called. 9-6. Anna Leigh to serve. Wow, look at that ball move in the air. Oh, and a little off speed, not clean, was actually the perfect recipe.
Yeah, these women are so good, they anticipate everyone hitting it clean.
Right.
Oh, by the skin of her teeth.
And then it is Anna Leigh who steps in and finishes, and the Waters.
That cross-court rolling dink she played that really stretched Jansen wide. I think either Jansen has to stand a little wider to protect or get a little better pushing off her left to the right.
Championship point.
Match point.
They will not move on to Championship Sunday point.
Soon to be possible championship.
Championship Sunday point, to be crystal clear. So one is saved.
All right, 6-10. That ball needs some force, I think. Oh.
Shut up, Leigh Waters. Come on.
Amazing stuff.
Just fantastic defense by Leigh Waters.
Yeah, the kitchen sink is all over their court. It got thrown at them time and time.
There's 5 of them. There's the spray nozzle over in the corner.
That's what makes them who they are. No, come on. Not again.
Not again.
Not again. Well,
these points take a toll, so this could be a timeout for hydration.
No, doesn't look like it, but I'm almost certain if we see one more point scored here, it will be a timeout. Just wide.
What a beautiful ball by Anna Leigh as she stuck with the wind. Match point number 2. And that will do it. The Waters drop game 1, 11-8, and then storm back to win games 2 and 3. And Anna Leigh Waters will play for 3 crowns tomorrow.
That's impressive work. They had a tough time of it, let's be honest. Difficult conditions. Leigh Jansen and Catherine Parenteau, they put up a heck of a fight. And if you look at kind of the pressure that was on Jansen, she was the X factor. I give her a pass.
Yes,
she afforded herself very, very well.
For sure.
Up against, arguably the best team out there right now. Did beautifully well. I love watching her single-handed backhand. She behaved well, no histrionics. Her and Catherine looked good together. They complemented each other brilliantly. They moved her around, at least made Jansen a moving target. Great work from them. They're not done for the day. They will have a look at the bronze medal.
Yes, got to fight their way to get to that spot.
Indeed.
We'll have the second semi right after this. We'll take a break and talk to the Waters when we come back.
Welcome back here to Championship Court here at the Built Red Rock Open. I've got our first set of finalists for Championship Sunday. The Waters duo. Ladies, big congratulations. That was such a tough, close match that we just watched. What allowed you to pull apart after losing that game 1, and what did you talk about on that changeover?
Yeah, well, we came out a little shaky the first game, but we were still feeling pretty confident because we know how to play our game, and that first game definitely wasn't our game. But one thing that definitely helped us pull us through that match was the Utah crowd. I mean, we've never been here before, but the crowd has just been so loving to us. And definitely through that second game, we could feel the energy of the crowd, and that is definitely a reason.
Well, a lot of people talking about the different partners you saw across the net here today. How did that change your approach to that team, seeing Leigh by Catherine's side rather than Jessie?
Yeah, I mean, it's always a little difficult to play a new team. We didn't know who was going to play which side, so it was kind of hard to create a game plan. So you kind of have to create a game plan on the move, which I think is what we did. And luckily, we stuck true to it, and we came away the winners.
We'll talk about the tough court conditions out here today. The dust kicked up, the wind was going. How does that change the game?
Yeah, it definitely is a big factor. I mean, when we first came out here, the wind just started blowing so hard. And with the men's match before it started picking up a little bit, but it was definitely a lot worse in our match. And I don't know if you can see it on the live stream, but it was definitely a factor, the dust blowing. And not only my eyes, because I had glasses, which helped a lot, but my mom, I kind of felt bad. I said after one point, I just think I ate like a pound of dust in that point. But yeah, I felt like it died down a little bit in the second and third game, which really helped us play our game.
Well, these ladies are on to Championship Sunday. Congratulations, guys. Dave, over to you.